Hello everyone, welcome. So you want a crypto? Today we're looking back into one of our favorites, Ubix Network. What's been going on? Building during the bear market, they got pulled off KuCoin, and then they just released a kind of update of what they've been up to. So we'll hit that at the end, but I will timestamp everything. This one's going to be jumping all over. They got a lot of different projects, tokens, and whatnot. So hopefully I'll be able to cover most of the questions. If not, I got about 30 different videos, probably, on different topics, silent notary and other projects. If you want to go check them out into the So You Want a Crypto video archive, that's where you'll find it. Ubix Network, they also have their own YouTube channel you can go check out. It talks about some of their different tokens, a lot of AMAs. Some of those AMAs are hard to get through though. They're yeah, just you'll see. But there's good content in there. I try to bring that. I try to watch that so you don't have to. There you go. And then of course you can find me on hollywoodland.space. That's my webpage, or Soyo Crypto Hollywoodland without the A at the end on most of the media sites, Twitter, stuff like that. I also hang out with Metaverse Mints. We talk about all sorts of stuff, kind of like this: altcoins, AR, VR, Web3, Metaverse, you name it, AI. On Thursdays, 3 p.m. Pacific, Twitter, Metaverse Mints. Check him out, subscribe, help him out. But I'll be on his channel, and we're usually there every week. Moving on, what is the Ubix Network? They've come a long way. A lot of different web pages, a lot of different videos on them. But yeah, I haven't really seen too much since the KuCoin, once they got delisted. And I figured I would touch up on it. And since I was thinking about it, I thought maybe you were thinking about it. And so here's what we got. A better Ubix Network homepage, I think. Here's the beginning, just start right here. Digital universe with endless possibilities. You can click on learn more, invest, passive income. We'll probably cover most of this though. World's first hybrid DAG, fully built with Node JS. The hell does all that mean? Well, your blockchain, the way that it's built, UBX uses a little bit of both, right? So a directed acyclic graph, that's what a DAG is another form of decentralized ledger technology. Some consider it to be a rival technology to blockchain, others an enabler. Blockchain is a distributed ledger replicated by all nodes in the network. The distributed ledger forms a chain of blocks of transactions in an unalterable, immutable, chronological order. Transactions are bundled into blocks to be validated. Validated blocks are stamped and added to a chain of previously validated blocks. In a DAG, individual transactions provide validation for one another. Network users are both miners, validators, and although they cannot validate their own transactions, this typically means that in a DAG there is little or no need to pay fees, so low fees. Node.js is an open source cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment. I'll put these links below. You can check them out on your own. But getting back into Ubix, here's your block height, blockchains, how to buy. So they got a lot of different, they got a lot of tokens, a lot of different projects, and it can be hard to keep up with it. Even just getting back into it, I kind of forgot how in-depth and complex this is, but it makes sense because what you're trying to build is they're aiming for that WeChat super app. So you want to be able to do basically everything, your transactions at a personal, government, consumer, construction, whatever level, through one of these apps on their network. And so when you find the coin or the tokens out there, like the ones that used to be on KuCoin, the ERC20 ones that are traded out on the network, those aren't native on the Ubix network. They use a T10 token, so just keep that in mind. You can send ERC20 versions to Ubikiri, that's their wallet, or you can keep those, like if you're trying to get your tokens off of KuCoin because you heard it got delisted. I'll talk about that a little bit in a minute, but it's just an ERC20. You can store it like you would any other ERC20 on your MetaMask or your whatever. So Ubikiri, that's their super app linking all the services. Silent Notary is their Web3 service for creating legal evidence with 100% falsification protection. We have UbiStake, Crowdfeeding, Ford T, Ubixpay, the CDR, Ubix Exchange. And then they have a couple in development, which is the Sign It Now, a Web3 service. I'll talk about those others in more detail. That's why I skipped over. But Sign It Now, Web3 service for legal contract signing. And then there's the decentralized escrow service. Smart Keeper, a lock controlled by a smart contract. And then Crypto INF, which is going to be their Oracle system. Ubix, about Ubix, you can ask some questions. But here's the roadmap. The roadmap on this one only goes to Q3 2023. And then it circles back. So they don't have any 2024 added to the web page. And then why Ubix, it talks about how Ubix, IOTA, and this compares to other blockchain DAG systems. So we have a DAG itself, which is Constellation, Hedera, Hashgraph, Phantom, IOTA, Obyte. So they basically all have a mainnet, an exchange, wallet, and staking. But where Ubix goes above, and they all have basically low or no fees. But payment via social media networks, that's something I like that we'll talk about. And then the high utility value apps, all the different apps that we kind of just touched over real quick, we'll go through. And then the Ubix team, everybody's the same. It looks like they have a new chief marketing officer. I think Tasha left. You'll see her in a lot of the YouTube videos and AMAs. And now you have Margarita Muravskaya as the new CMO, it looks like. Other than that, most of the information is pretty similar. We can go, this is the white paper. I'll put the link below for the white paper. But it looks like, so when they're talking about a DAG to Node JS, blockchain, all that hybrid kind of. So what we have is right here, our Ubix super app. This will be like you, the user. Ubix super app, that's going to be Ubikiri. I'll show you that in a second. And we'll have an interface layer, an API layer to the app. And here's your different apps. And then you'll have a memory pool, the joint memory pool. And then right here is the blockchains. So within the node and the concilium, you'll have different nodes that meet the requirements of all these different conciliums. So once that's met, then it'll record that transaction onto the blockchain, and then that will be recorded on or put onto the DAG, each of the blocks. That's kind of how I understand it, but you can go through and check out the white paper on your own. Okay, now that we've kind of moved past that, we'll talk about Ubix. Here we are on CoinGecko. So you're looking, it says about 200,000 dollars, 24-hour trading volume, and then about a diluted value of 9,000. I don't know if these numbers are even remotely close on this because it doesn't seem like they are. But from here you can get the Ethereum address, and then here's a link to the white paper, Ubix Network homepage, and then Ubikiri homepage, and then all their socials like Twitter, Telegram, YouTube, Medium, Twitter, search, and whatnot, GitHub. Here's Max. So they've been around for quite a few years. Before, they used to be the SNTR token, before the UBX token, and there's been a long transition of different things along the way. But here we are today at the bottom of this long. Price is 0.000009. So a lot of zeros and stuff in there. When we look at year, we're down about 78%, but other than that, it's holding pretty steady. This is not financial advice, it's just a project overview. Very low market cap at this point, but what they're trying to build is, it's interesting if nothing else. So here we are at the Ubikiri. This is going to be the app, super app webpage where everything's connected. And there's a lot of stuff that's still in works. They're trying to get it together, beta, stuff like that. But just bringing up the project and showing some of what I've found. I like the concept. let's just go with that. But here, so I've set up a profile, but you have your different wallets. You'll have, that's what I was talking about. You can bring in the ERC20. You can have T10, Ubix, and then a bunch of, you can have the silent notary tokens, all that kind of stuff in this wallet. Oracles, applications. Here's some, silent notary, Ubix Exchange, UbiStake, the Ubix Network itself, Ubix Explorer. That's like the transaction history and stuff. So here, let's get into some of these apps on basically the Ubix network, right? So Silent Notary is a Web3 notary service for creating legal evidence. And I'll put the links below, but you can check it out. It gives you a lot of different, immutable proofs, publicly verifiable evidence, low cost. Some of those were like terms of service, a lot of different use cases for different individuals, business cases at a government level, public administration, even construction, diplomas. There's a lot of use case for silent notary services. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can definitely check it out. The Ubix Exchange. So welcome to the world of crypto gems, supporting promising Web3 startups and contribute to their progress. When I said they have a lot of tokens, there's a lot right here. You can see UBXM, UBXE, UBCDR, UbiPay, UBWF, 4T, UBSN, that's your silent notary, so on and so on. But they are creating a Ubix Exchange, and it's very small right now, but there's also a UbiStake program, and earn smart, invest in the best with UbiStake. Calculate your profit. You can figure out daily, monthly, yearly, depending on how many UBX you buy, stake, what your return will be. Calculate your profit in staking using the slider. See your potential reward net of fees in Ubix and USD. The expected annual yield is shown as a gross percentage and is calculated dynamically, reflecting the network variations. You can buy tokens. So this used to be on KuCoin. We'll touch on that in a minute, but now it's on like MXC and a few others. You can get it on Uniswap, wherever you find your local ERC20s. 4T, so 4 tokens is the next gen tokenization platform. No code token issuance and trading inside a single ecosystem. All this ecosystem is the Ubix Network ecosystem. And the cheapest monetization tool for creative professionals. I just watched an AMA on this, which I took some notes and kind of listened, but basically what I got out of that was they're going to look at some NFTs later on. But Web3 monetization, right here's how it works. So you have UbiPay token transfers trading on the Ubix Exchange, your 4 tokens, where you can issue your own token, list, trade your assets. To issue now these are going to be T10 tokens because they're going to be on the Ubix network itself. To issue T10 tokens on Ubix network, just import your Ubikiri wallet, which is what I showed you earlier, and then enter data, ticker, emission value, and the decimal. All you can leave 2 lines of text description. The issued tokens will immediately appear on the wallet balance from which the transaction was paid out. Let's see, content. Get rid of monetization via Facebook or other social media giants, donations, digital artwork. So I think this is when they're talking about maybe getting into NFTs with maybe, gift cards, discount vouchers. You can be paid for working or for your work bypassing intermediaries for like online trading courses. And so that's the 4T quick look. There's also the Ubixpay. First wallet enabling through social ID transfers, again through Ubikiri. Owing to the fact that crypto industry in its early stages of development, some processes are quite complex. So basically what they're trying to say through all this is a lot of people are having a hard time with that whole initial barrier to entry. It's hard to get in, you got to be a little tech savvy and whatnot. So what they want to do is try and pay through cryptocurrency. Ubix network developers decided to put in place a wallet that solves this extremely important issue. With Ubixpay, it will be possible to send and receive tokens via social ID, via Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, your social media handles, sites. Ubixpay is a lightweight multi-currency wallet supporting several networks. It enables users to add multiple ETH and UBX so the ERC20 probably and the Ubix T10 addresses to their wallet, which is what you can do in Ubikiri. And the wallets are created by seed phrase generation. It is a unique and kept only by the user. The cryptographic algorithm used is advanced encryption standard, and the innovative design of the wallet is set into motion with the help of three powerful technologies: the digital identity, the self-sovereignty identity, and the decentralized identifiers, right? They're part of the same ecosystem. Again, we have 4 tokens, the Ubix Network itself, Ubixpay, and then the Ubix Exchange. Crypto wallet comparison, and it basically, the cost to a user is lower, or low, very, very low. And then the number of users is pretty low, 50,000 right now, I think. Seed storage, kind of like other wallets. And then this gets into talking about transfer of tokens, T10s, ERC20s, a little deeper than we want to go right now. But basically, paying through social media. I don't think it's out yet, but I think it's very close. It's like a beta testing from kind of what I was grasping from listening to the AMA. Again, it's kind of hard to get the context in some of that. So here, I tried the Crowdfeeding. So I have a Ubikiri wallet, and it's 15,000 Ubix. It's not a lot, but basically they have a deadline. So 11/11/23. Today's the 4th of November, so I should be good. And I'm gonna try to do this. I'm not sure if I did it before, but basically the way I did was I clicked more about, and it gave me, so share a tweet, but it's very confusing. So if anybody's watching this from Ubix, what tweet? So share that tweet in your Twitter, add a link to your tweet with a sharing one in comments to the task to get reward. And then if I take this web page that they link, they're all the same basically point. It just takes me to their Twitter. So I'm guessing this is going to be the tweet that they want. So November 1st, tomorrow we're rolling out a major update due to the works. The service might be unavailable. Okay, so I'm logged in. So I'm going to go ahead and let's quote it just for, and we'll say, thanks for the update. Hashtag Ubix, right? Why not? And then let's post that. And then it asks for proof. So, and I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. So if I'm doing this wrong, just let me know. But let's take that tweet that we just posted right here, and oops. Let's share it. Where's the share? This one. And copy the link. And then we'll go over here. Add a link to your tweet with. So we'll take. Oh, you have to take the task. And then required. Enter message or proof. So let's paste the message. New message. And then, yeah, I guess that's it, right? That's all that really have on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add. And then it sends it in, and it shows in your history, and it looks like it will be reviewed, and I'll let you know. So that's Crowdfeeding as far as I can tell. You can go into Telegram. They look pretty active on Telegram, both for like the Crowdfeeding terms and then also for Ubix itself. And then there's a couple different pages I'll put in here about why you should buy Ubix and some of their use cases that they've listed on theirs. We showed you I did show you a little bit about, why choose them and then their different options. Mostly I want to highlight again on this that the payment via social network. And it looks like that's basically just from handle to handle via your wallet. Okay, so when they talked about UbiStaking, there used to be a stack of stake where you could stake Ubix. And as of right now, this was October 11th, for those holding Ubix on stake of stack, they are halting services. Get your stuff out. So if it's an ERC20, you can put it on an ERC20 wallet, migrate it over to Ubikiri and the other exchanges that are using ERC20 versions of Ubix. So why did it get delisted from KuCoin? And a lot of them got delisted. It wasn't just the UBX token. Here's a whole list. There was 22 of them, and 21 on this list is Ubix Network's UBX. The UBX to USDT and the UBX to ETH, Ethereum pairs, were delisted from KuCoin. And this was July, end of July this year, 2023. Here's the statement from Max Brewer, the CEO. And basically the news, we are being delisted from KuCoin, has come as a shock to all of us, so let me explain. The reason given from KuCoin, basically they were delisted because the majority of the UBX ERC versions were traded on KuCoin and they felt that was a liability. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you can check it out if you want. The Ubix project developed and had a great working relationship with KuCoin. And then there was a hack that I guess the Ubix team helped, get some of the coins, because some of the Ubix coins were part of that, but it had nothing to do with Ubix at all. And in 2020, right here, they were hacked for 280 million were stolen, including tokens from the project. We helped our partner that day, and we were the first project and decided to activate the kill method of the smart contract of the token. This made it completely useless to the hands of the hacker. So they were doing their part to keep it legit. It's basically what they're trying to say here. And that it's unfortunate that they couldn't come to an agreement, but they've moved on, and they're on different exchanges now. And the exchanges are right here. MX or Mexi, Bitmart, Probit Global, Uniswap, and Bytrue. And that's where you're gonna find the coins now, or if you want to get you an ERC UBX, that's where you'll find it. Here is the Twitter UBX. Okay, so many of you are asking, how is the progress? This is what we've come, this is the final, on Halloween, October 31st, Ubix Network came out with, hey, this is our update for the last 6 months, this is what we're doing. And let's look at that. So the progress of the Ubix ecosystem, in the past 6 months, we have brought almost all of our projects to a more presentable form in accordance with market trends. The project is developing and improving in every single aspect on a weekly basis. Here's some highlights. 4 tokens. About 300 tokens have been issued since the launch of the project, and the number is increasing every single day. Monetization on the service is enabled, distribution of profits for investors on a weekly basis. We launched the token list section to track the status of token to our system for token verification. Expansion of data of issued tokens. Icons added, social networks. Ubix Exchange. Launch of a new website, trading and profitability key information, user UI improvements. Monetization of the service is enabled, distribution of profits for investors on a weekly basis. Adding AML-CFT regulation, increasing trust. Adding regulation to our delisting policy for transparency in the delisting process. Integration with the 4 tokens project, free listing of issued tokens and getting actual data of issued tokens, trust token verification, popularization of the exchange by attracting new projects to the list. Under UbiStake, web interface redesigned and improved to a more convenient and informative look. We launched the functionality of dividend distribution for all Ubix ecosystem projects. Monetization of the service is now enabled, meaning distribution of profits for holders on a weekly basis. User support chat added to the website. Support requests are easier to classify and process now. Silent Notary. Redesign and improvements to the user web interface. Card payments gateway was integrated. Affiliate program with rewards enabled for inviting users. And I did see that in Ubikiri, that you can invite people to look at your affiliate program, and it's probably the same for Silent Notary and everything. Tested web partner was integrated. Tools for teamwork added. Crowdfeeding reached 1,500 performers for each task, which we tried to perform one of the tasks. I'm not sure if it's right, but you get the idea. Which allowed to raise Twitter posts to the top within a short time. Monetization of the services enabled. Distribution of profits for holders on a weekly basis. A powerful project based on crowdfeeding for large companies, ecosystem marketing, and blockchain agencies will be launched soon. The CDR, the swap functionality, was moved to separate page. Now the swap function has become even easier and without registering on Ubikiri. Monetization of the services enabled distribution of profits for holder on a weekly basis. And then they added the pairs UBX to ETH for the native UBWF to, you get it right here. Ubixpay, new version was released with full redesign. Staking of all Ubix ecosystem tokens feature enabled. Security improvements. The implementation of the DID functionality. Transfers via Telegram ID enabled. Integration of the Ubix Exchange selling function. After our final marketing campaign related to the launch of the Ubix Exchange, Silent Notary, and Ubixpay, our team will send a link to a questionnaire where you can ask the project any related questions for the next AMA session. So if you want to know, you can ask, and that's how you'll find out. That is my 26 minutes refresher on where Ubix is and where do I see the Ubix. I'm not going to give you a price like coin prediction, like, hey, it's going to be worth $9 in 9 days or some stuff like that. But I do see this as a project that's basically been building through the entire bear market. They've expanded their project. They're offering services that would be, something somewhere along the lines, whether it be Silent Notary or the social media pay through Ubixpay, crowdfeeding, whatever. There's something to gain an interest, maybe to bring in a new user in this next bull run. So I think it's coming up on, one of those projects to watch and see where they go. But it is such a small market cap on this that if you ever did get in on some of these, whether it was young and it was to take off, you could see quite a few X's roll up really quickly. So I will keep looking into this, and hopefully this answers some of your questions. If not, see me on Thursday on Twitter, ask me, and we can talk about it. Or put a comment below, and consider subscribing. Cheers.